Hey everyone, it's Kathleen from Kathleen Marie Design and Online Art with Kathleen. Today's video will be part 2 of our tinted artwork that we worked on last time. In this lesson, we will be creating a silhouette on top of our artwork. A silhouette is like a shadow where there's enough light coming from one side that it blocks out the object and you just see a black outline. So in my artwork, I am going to be doing a dolphin silhouette today. I will include different examples of silhouettes that you can add to your artwork. In this example, you can see a lot of different animal silhouettes. You can choose anything you like. You can also use any type of silhouette. If you go into Google, just type in either animal silhouette or person silhouette, and you will have a lot of different options that you can add on top of your background. So for our work today, we will be needing either black acrylic or tempera paint, paintbrush, pencil, Sharpie, cup of water, and a palette. I'm using a typical house dish, like a dish that you would get in your house, but covering it with some saran wrap to protect it. You could also use a disposable plate or a typical art palette. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to start. I'm going to have mine actually be horizontal. And I'm going to start by sketching out my dolphin with a pencil. Now off screen, I have a computer that I'll be looking at to see the dolphin shape. It's going to be a little bit difficult to see the pencil as I'm going, but I'm going to then outline it so you'll be able to see it. So it doesn't have to be perfectly centered, it's up to you. So what I'm envisioning is this is kind of like an underwater scene looking upwards towards the sun. So maybe I'll do it slightly off center. I'll start the top down to the nose, starting with pencil in case you make any mistakes. Try to do it lightly, so here, and then it comes down to the fin. Body curves downward. I'm gonna go up now to this part. Let's see, so this upwards. Top fin. Down. Gets narrow at the bottom. And then we have the tail coming out. Okay, so that's just a simple dolphin outline. The eraser doesn't really want to work on it. Let's see. There we go. All right, so to make it easier, you could just do this all with paint, but to make it a little bit easier, I'm going to outline it in Sharpie. Okay, I went off my line a little bit. I just corrected it since it will be colored in, it doesn't matter. All right, so now I'm done with that. I'm going to pour my black acrylic paint. I don't need too much. It's better if you have a pointy paintbrush. I'm going to dip it in the water. Get the water this down a little bit. I'm going to spin my brush so I have a nice point. And then I'm going to fill it in. By starting with Sharpie, we knew that we had a nice smooth outline, which can be a little bit tricky with paint. If you feel more advanced in your painting, you could always just do only paint and not start with the Sharpie outline. So I'm adding more, spinning it to a point, Using just the top of my brush to get into the smaller areas. Now, as I start to go, I'm going to start to run out of paint. As you can see, it kind of gets scratchy there. That's telling me that I need to add more. Always spinning it to a nice point. Using just the top for the small areas, like I said. Really trying to stay in the lines. I do like to add water sometimes. It thins it down a little bit. It makes it a little bit easier to spread. I went outside my line a little bit, so I'll try to smooth that out. That might happen. Finish off with the tail. All right, that was nice and quick. You could see I actually needed even much less paint than that. So it's always good to start with a smaller amount of paint and then go from there. I'm gonna wash this brush off because acrylic paint does ruin paintbrushes if it doesn't get washed right away, so make sure you do that. Acrylic paint also is very staining, so be careful as you're working. We have my dolphin silhouette on our tinted background, and like I said, it can be really anything, any animal shape. You could do a tree, lots of different options. All right, I hope you enjoy, and I would love to see your finished work. See you next time.